Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another edition of Speak That Talks. My name is Tiara M. Tucker, and as always, I am so excited to go live on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Time. So, you are in for a real good treat today. It will be empowering, inspiring, and motivating. So, grab some friends, grab your loved ones. Tell them to stop by the Speak That Movement page because we are about to go live in 30 seconds. All right, that 30 seconds goes by fast every single week. So, again, welcome to this week's edition of Speak That Talks. I am honored to say that this is the 23rd consecutive week of Speak That Talks. 23 weeks of sitting down at 8 p.m. Central Time to have unscripted, unfiltered, and uncensored conversations in this virtual environment. For the past 20 plus weeks, I have welcomed so many special guest speakers. I mean, going back to May 7th, 2020, when this was just a thought to go live one day, and then that one day has led to tons of weeks later. So I have to give a shout out to everybody who's been watching and supporting from day one. And those of you who have joined in from time to time over the weeks, know that because of you all, I keep going. So thank you so much for your support. So as always, I want to encourage everybody to virtually talk and interact. So if you're not already on the Speak That Movement page on Facebook or YouTube, I would encourage you to go there. So go to Facebook or YouTube, look for Speak That Movement, and that's where you can be a part of this virtual conversation. You can add your comments, we can connect, we can socialize, you can share your city, ask questions, add comments, you name it. So again, Speak That Movement on Facebook or YouTube. So for those who do not know me, my name is Tiara M. Tucker. I am the founder and CEO of Tiara PR Network, LLC, as well as Speak That Movement. Speak That Movement is just my baby that was intended to empower, uplift, and connect other people via inspiring speakers, events, novelties, and media. So I guess I could say a grandbaby is Speak That Talks, which was really just created to get people together so that we could talk. So again, thank you all for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Speak That Movement, Tiara PR Network, or Speak That Talks, go ahead and visit tiaraprnetwork.com. All right, well, enough of the introductions because I am on fire about today's conversation. So, some of you may have seen the flyer. Some of you may have seen the post that I posted or other people who are a part of today's show. You might have seen it because we're looking forward to today. So, jam-packed show. I have 3 speakers and we're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk about hot topics. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So if there's anything that you want to talk about, go ahead and add it to the comments. So this week, I want to start off with Mr. Shay Brown because Shay Brown is going to help me introduce why we're all here today. So without further ado, I need to see some virtual pumps, some virtual fists, some virtual loves and waves for the Shay Brown representing
What's going on? What's up, Tiara? How are you? How are you doing? And all of the folks that are out there, let me say hello. Thank you so much for being a part of this Speak That Movement. And Tiara, for what you're doing right now. This is truly amazing. Taking time to put this platform together, to share these resources with everyone that's out there, time away from your family, time away from your business, time away from doing other things just to serve. So I just want to acknowledge you just for what you do. I'm honored to be here. So thank you so much. You're incredible. And I love the show. The show's amazing. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. You're in for a treat.
Thank you, Shay. And I love your energy and I love your show. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that because I want people to know all about Shay Brown. So I can tell you how we met, but I want you to tell people more about who you are. And those that already know you, tell them something they don't know. Those that don't know you, let them know why they need to know you. So this is how we met. I'm going to reflect this year. I was hosting an event when I could actually have events and venues, okay? Mm-hmm. And I had a guest speaker. Kevin Goins was my speaker. And then Kevin was actually a speaker on your show, which we'll talk about. And then you and I somehow connected because I listened in on his show. And then I became a guest on your show. And I'm just going to be honest here. I have to say this. You helped me step my game up, okay? I'm going to publicly acknowledge that. Because when I was a guest on your show this year, I was excited. I had this new laptop. I thought everything was going to be fabulous. And you're like, what's going on with your lighting? And I'm like, I thought it was perfect. But after that show, I said, oh, no, I'm going to get some Shay Brown lighting over here. So thank you.
Thank you. You know, it's an honor and a privilege. And, you know, I'm still trying to figure out, you know, who is, you know, Shay Brown myself. You would think with an AARP card, I would know who I am. I mean, on one hand, I happen to be a son because my mom is still here and I love her. On the other hand, I also happen to be a husband. So I love my wife and she's over here. But I also happen to be a dad. I have 2 adult children. One just got married. So I'm happy to do that. And my other son, who I love dearly. But I'm also happen to be an entrepreneur, but that's okay. But I'm also a runner. I'm someone that's just a kind human being. So I'm still trying to figure out who I am. I'm not sure you can put me in a box. Some of you out there are like me. You're like, you can't put me in a box. I'm not just a wife, or I'm not just a mom, or not just an entrepreneur. But here's what I've learned about who I am. It's taken me 52 years to get here, but I'm someone that's put on this planet just to serve other folks and to make sure that they have the resources, which why I love the show you're doing. They have the resources to execute the big vision that they have for themselves, or the vision they have for their loved ones, kids they want to send to school, or homes they want to buy, or causes they believe in, or especially entrepreneurs. I got a special place in my heart just right there for that entrepreneur that has the right purpose. They have the right passion. They've done all the homework, but yet they're not getting the results they want, or they realize their vision is bigger than themselves. So they need resources to make it happen. So at the end of the day, I'm just like every single one of you that are out there watching right now. And I want to pay my taxes. I want to serve other people. And I want to get a little pleasure out of life. Is that okay? Can I get a little pleasure out of life? That's all I want every day.
Hey, can we all? Yes. So fabulous. And tell us, what are some of the ways that you are doing this, that you're providing resources to people or for people?
Yeah, sure. You know, here's what I understand. There's a big challenge out there right now with entrepreneurs who are dualpreneurs or just entrepreneurs. A dualpreneur is someone that works a full-time job, but they see themselves as an entrepreneur because at night they're a speaker, author, coach, trainer, network marketer. They own a franchise. They may even happen to own an accounting firm. So they see themselves as an entrepreneur first, finding other revenue avenues. They might even be an investor or real estate or into wealth, but yet they're challenged. And the challenge they have is, how do I continue to grow my business? How do I reach my target audience? How do I balance my family? And then at the same time, balance helping other folks. And I said, you know what? Here's what I know to be true, that success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. You might want to jot that down if you're out there. Success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. So I said to myself, why don't we put on a summit? But not just a summit, but why don't we bring together a collection of individuals? Why don't we find the best, the brightest, the smartest, the most intelligent folks that we can find in their area of expertise, and ask them not only to raise their hand, but ask them to share what they have and just give. Here's what we believe. Jot this in your notes. And this is what we're talking about when we talk about the comeback champion. I believe, or we believe, that the person that outgives the competition the person that outgives the competition out earns the competition. So here's what we did to answer your question. Let's put on a summit. Let's call it Comeback Champion. And let's get all of the experts to come together. And let's not ask you, the viewer, like you in the audience, let's not ask you for a Cash App payment. Let's not ask you for a credit card. Let's not ask you for a Zelly. Let's just all come together to just serve and give our expertise so that you can get inspired, so that you can get empowered, and you can get equipped to do the things you want to do. So it's not about Shay Brown. It's all the experts that are coming together, one moment, one stage, one mission to help you do more, be more, and have more. It's called the comebackchampionsummit.com. comebackchampionsummit.com. So we're blessed to be behind the scenes working hard so that they can serve as many folks as possible.
Wow. And congratulations, kudos. Like, I am honored to be a part of this summit. I am honored that there are some other folks who will be talking to us really soon that are part of this summit, and some guests over the next 2 weeks of the Speak That Talk that are going to talk a little bit more about the summit. So I have to ask you, like, why the name? Like what was it about Comeback Champion that made you say that's going to be the name of this summit?
Yeah, so there I was talking to my attorney. Her name is Toni Moore. She's one of the baddest trademark attorneys out of Philadelphia. And we had recently filed for the trademark for Happy Entrepreneur Show. I don't think I've ever told this story publicly. And I mean, Happy Entrepreneur. And we won the trademark through the Justice Department 3 years ago. And then there was this 800-pound gorilla, Entrepreneur Magazine, that said, I'm not sure you should do that. And so we've been going through some discussions, I'll say it like that. We're getting ready to sign our name on a dotted line. And they said, you can't, well, we would come to an agreement that we may not use the name Happy Entrepreneur Live 2020. I'll say it like that. And so I asked my attorney, I said, well, can I change the name of what we're going to do? And can we call it Champion Nation? And then can I do the summit and call it Comeback Champion? And this was all within a 20-minute conversation. And to answer your question, the reason I wanted to call it Comeback Champion, it wasn't because right now there's a global health crisis going on, global health pandemic going on. It isn't because there's a financial pandemic going on. It isn't because there's a social justice, racist pandemic going on, but it's because there was a pandemic for entrepreneurs that needed to give back and come back right now. So I said, we're going to call it Comeback because we're always coming back throughout life. You think about it. I remember when I was in the 7th grade, I tried out for the basketball team. I got cut. I had to come back from the embarrassment after I made this proclamation. I'll be a starter. Shortest guy out there got cut, didn't even make the first round. And, going back in the 7th, 8th grade, and at 7th grade, and you make that proclamation, it wasn't pretty. But you come back from that. And you, as you're out there watching, how does this relate to you? Because maybe this morning you had to come back from an email. Maybe today you had to come back from a phone call where someone gave you some news that wasn't good. Maybe you was driving down the road and someone called you, and on your speakerphone you got hit with the punch you never saw coming. You lost a client. There's a health problem, the financial problem. Homeboy's going to leave you. Homegirl's going to leave you. We're always coming back. So what I said is the title is called Comeback Champion. But here's what we know. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Now, that's a truism. That means it's a fundamental principle. And I believe, jot this in your notes, I believe, this is why we got the name Comeback Champion. I believe that systems beat goals every single time. It's one of my core philosophies of life. Systems beat goals every single time. So I said to myself, comeback champions, they always have a system in place in order to bounce back or come back or go to another level. And I don't have all the answers. God knows I don't. But I've been blessed to meet folks that do have answers. And they raised their hands and said, we'll share our systems, Shay. We'll share our insider secrets. We'll share the best ideas, the tools and techniques that folks need to be a champion in their life, a champion in their business, a champion in their relationship, a champion in their health, a champion in their mindset. Why, Shay? Why? Because we're only speaking to champions. And that's why we said comeback champions, because here's what I do know. Superstars like you, the best of the best. We all have one common belief. You know what all superstars have? You know the one belief that all successful people have? They only have one belief.
What's that?
That belief is. The belief is they can always get better. So I know the only folks that show up are those folks who want to get better. If you talk to someone who's not successful, they'll tell you, well, people normally get lucky. But if you talk to someone who is successful and have been through some things, they'll tell you I had to work harder. They'll tell you I had to be more optimistic. They'll tell you there were some challenges, and they'll tell you there were some setbacks, and they'll tell you how they bounced back from that. So it's not about my story, although I filed bankruptcy. It's not about my story. I've been divorced twice. I'm on my third marriage. Very, very happy now. It's not about my story, getting laid off and fired from my job, so I had to start entrepreneurship. It's not about me failing in business more than one time, but it's about the lessons that I learned and the lessons that everyone on that platform has learned that they're going to share with you. See, there's two ways you learn anything in life. You have to go learn it on your own, which means you go learn it, or you study someone else. And you tell yourself, if someone else has done it, so can I. And I can take the lesson they learned, and from that can be the blessing. You can turn their lesson into your blessing. I know that's not the conversation this evening, but that's what I want you to write down in your notes. That's why we're doing the Comeback Champion, taking other people's lessons and turn them into your blessings. Yeah. That's why we do what we do. And I'm excited about it. I'm fired up that you're a part of it, and fired up for every single one of the folks that are part of it. If you want to register, just go over to comebackchampionsummit.com. No credit card. Just go to comebackchampionsummit.com, pay that forward, and we're going to bless many, many people during those 5 days.
Listen, I'm on fire right now just hearing you talk about the summit. So everybody else out there, if you're excited, you should be. So again, comebackchampionsummit.com. So Shay, tell us, when is it? The people that are wondering, like, I just caught on at the last few minutes. What are the dates?
Sure. So let me go and give you the dates. First, I'm going to tell you to go to the website, right? Because dates do change. I don't know when you're going to see this. I mean, you might be watching this a year from now, and we may have a new date. So here's what I'm going to suggest, because I know many of you are watching in the morning, this evening, this afternoon. I don't know what time it is where you are, but you go to comebackchampionsummit.com. Now, when you go to comebackchampionsummit.com, because I believe the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. So when you go to comebackchampionsummit.com, look at the top, and there's a big date right there. Now, maybe you don't make it this October 13th through the 17th. For whatever reason, you're watching this as the replay. Maybe you listen to the podcast. Maybe it's in the archive somewhere. And October 13th, 17th means nothing to you. But when you go to comebackchampionsummit.com and you see the next date, then you go ahead and register. This won't be the last time.
Yes.
It's just the first time.
I love it. And it's going to be a powerful first time. So kudos to you, Shay Brown, for making your vision a reality and bringing so many amazing speakers from all over the nation and even outside of the nation for this event. So I'm going to bring up two people that are actually going to be sharing their resources, sharing their stories during the Comeback Champion Summit. So I'm going to bring them up one by one, and then I'm going to bring all of us up together. So if you want some more Shay Brown, stick around, because he'll be back on in a few minutes for us to have more of a talk. All right. Thank you, Shay.
Thank you for all you're doing. You're amazing.
You are too. Thank you. Woo, that was fire. And that was just one of the guests for today. So again, if you're on Speak That Talks, thank you for tuning in. Tag some people, host a watch party, share it, because we are only at the beginning. So Shay Brown just talked about his upcoming Comeback Champion Summit. He mentioned that he is bringing in tons of amazing speakers, telling their stories, sharing their tips, and all those amazing things to help everybody else out there come back and just finish the year strong. I'm happy to bring up one of the speakers who will be a part of the summit. So help me welcome to the Speak That Talks platform, Miss Melissa.
Hey.
Hello, Melissa. How are you doing?
I mean, it's really hard to follow Jay. It's like, that is hard. How do you follow that man, that myth, that legend? But I am honored to be here. I am rocking. I am loving this. I wrote down tips. I'm like, that's great. I'm like absorbing already. I'm like, I'm on a show with these people. This is amazing. So I am thrilled and honored to be on this platform with you. I'm so happy.
Well, I'm happy to have you because I love your energy and I know we're going to have a good time. So tell everybody, who is Melissa?
That is such a great question. And you didn't really tell us you were going to ask this that. And when I heard Che's response, I thought, you know what? That's such a great question. I will tell you a little bit about who I am because like Che said, we're all changing and growing. And I thank God for that. Melissa now in 2020 is an entrepreneur. That word in 2019 would have never come out of my mouth, but I am an executive leadership and life strategist. I'm an international speaker. I am a mother. I'm a daughter. I am I've led delegations all over the world I've been blessed to work with some of the top level leadership at C-suite companies internationally, worked with emirs, kings, and royalty. And I'm a girl from humble means, from a small town in Central Florida. And I have been knocked down a time or two. And I always get back up because I have to. Because there's no staying down with me. I am the Energizer Bunny, the go, go, go. Been told I had too much curly hair. Been told I was too blonde, too hyper, too this. And somehow I survived. I do not live this life to survive. I live it to thrive. And really who I am is I'm somebody that I believe I was put on this earth to love on and build up other people. I have a calling to other people to invest in their lives. I'm here for relationships, and that's why I'm here. And I'm here to use this big voice. I'm also, there's a little secret about me. I'm kind of a singer, kind of, yeah. I bust out once in a while. You'll hear it bust out.
If I ask you the right questions tonight, will you bust out a song tonight?
It will happen. It will be bound to happen. It's hard to control, actually.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. So let me ask all the good questions so that you could say, let me just sing this tune right now. And actually, if you want, Melissa, you have my permission to sing your answers tonight, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Sing them, okay?
Some of them I just might. Ask me the right ones.
Okay. There you have it, Melissa. So, Melissa, I'm honored to have you on. I always like to say how I met people and everything. And the beauty is that you and I officially just met tonight. Officially. So we met because Shay Brown, he's the vessel. His this Comeback Champion Summit is connecting people. It connected a woman living in Dallas to the woman living in Florida, okay? So I am happy, and I'm also happy to know that I have met someone else who declares she has a loud voice like me. We're going to work those loud voices and those loud mouths and those. Yes. Yes. So you named several things that you do so well. So let me ask you this. Out of all those things that you described, what is the one that keeps you up at night? What is the one that you're like, oh, this right here, this is going to be a part of my legacy? And not that they all aren't, but what is just that one?
That's a great question. And, they've tried to I tried in high school, I tried to change my laugh because it is so loud and distinctive. And you can hear, I'm 5 foot tall, but gosh, when I'm in the room, even 300 people back, so you can't shut this loud mouth up. And that's exactly what, that's the thing that keeps me up and keeps me passionate, is I believe that I have been meant to be on a platform. Used to be in person, but right now it's all virtual, which is great because there's more access. I believe I am supposed to speak into people's lives. And whether that is to thousands when I'm on the stage over in Beijing, whether it's to hundreds in a group in South Florida, whether it's to the audience here that's international watching from all over the world, whether it's one woman, one man that's on my call that has having a coaching session for me, I believe that I've been given a voice that I need to use. And I don't just mean my singing voice, I mean my words and the power that I have within me. That's what I believe I'm here for. And I've had it since I was a little girl, and it's, been tried to dim. People have tried to dim it. There's that quote, never let someone dim your sparkle. And there have been times when it has been, they put the society has put it, that light in a bushel and tried to almost snuff it out a few times. But I'm here to tell you that I understand now more than ever my purpose, and the biggest passion I have is for others, and to use these vocal cords as long as I got them, these facial expressions as long as I can do them, to empower others. That's my biggest passion.
I love it. Well, thank you, Melissa. And I heard a little, we got a little taste of that voice. So I'm excited. So listen, thank you for that amazing introduction. I am now going to bring up another speaker from the Comeback Champion Summit, and then I'm going to bring us all together, and we're going to dig a little deeper into some of the things that you just shared, some of the things that Shay shared, and we're gonna make this a wonderful night. All right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that's out there tuning in. We got some powerful. So thank you so much. Thank you to everybody out there. All right, Miss Lady, we're going to bring in our next guest. So that was guest number 2. So I have to give a drum roll because representing Texas is the 3rd guest for today's Speak That Talks. So welcome to the Speak That Talks platform, Miss Rakisha Pittman. Give her some virtual love, everybody.
Hey!
Hello. Texas is in the building.
Texas representing.
Yes, it is. So, Miss Rakisha, how are you feeling tonight?
I feel absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited to be on here to speak that tonight.
Yes, and I'm happy to have you. So I love to always share how I met people, and then, it sometimes it confirms how small the world is. So
Yeah.
I'll be brief. I'm going to say how we met, which we rediscovered today, how we met. So we met, I still feel like we met a couple of years ago, but I can't pinpoint where we met. But I know that we reconnected earlier this year.
Yes.
An event in Dallas, actually in your building.
Yes.
Your office is. And it was a relationship event. Coach Cass, shout out to Coach Cass. And I was there. And when I was getting ready to leave, I noticed your office. And I feel like I either said something to you and we just started talking. I got one of your books, which you can talk about in a moment.
Yes.
And that was that. We're social media friends. But then we just realized we were at the same event on Friday night and didn't even know.
Right. It's a small world after all.
It is. So now you tell everybody, as I asked everybody else, who is Rakisha?
I am Rakisha Pittman, and I am an entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer, all 4. I'm affectionately known as the midwife to over 500 authors worldwide. Get right. I will pull a book out of you. Okay. So I've done that. I am a mother. I am very passionate. I always say that I am turning talent into treasure. I'm a lover of people. I'm a builder of people. I'm a champion for people who want to really, really discover how to be a legacy, a living legacy, and how to leave a legacy at the same time. So I'm absolutely loving life, and I love my assignment here on earth.
Yes. And you have some support out here.
Yeah.
Yes. So Miss Tiki, I hope I said it right, but Miss Tiki. Actually, I should have had Tiki come up to give this introduction because she said up next, Miss Rakisha Pittman, Queen of the Night. Yes. So glad to see her here.
Hey, girl.
Well, wow. Well, I'm happy to have you here. So I just have to pull out something that you said. Over 500.
Woo, authors worldwide. I've been personally blessed to publish 15 books myself and counting.
Yes.
Once you kind of discover what your core talent is, I always talk to people about your core talent. I believe that's more powerful than purpose. Purpose can get muddled. It can be confused. I also believe it can shift. However, if you identify that core talent, all of your prosperity and what you do flows out of that and continually keeps you in a cycle of recharge. So yes, because of technology, I have been blessed to help over 500 authors worldwide publish books by teaching and training them through the independent publishing process with bookstore quality. We must do it in an excellent way.
Yes. And I have one of your books. You have it. Show everybody the book that I have. You put it up earlier.
Masterful Mentorship, Leadership, Life, and Love Lessons by Rakisha Pittman. This is my latest release that came out earlier this year.
Tell us about the book, Ruth. The people out there that may want it, give us the Cliff's Notes. You know, back in the day when you really didn't want to read the book, but you want to get an A on that report.
Yes.
Give us the Rakisha notes of the book from the author.
Very briefly, I've had the same life mentor since I was 18 years old, attending the University of Southern California. I believe that you have not because you ask not. So I needed a job on campus. I was introduced to her. I walked up to her. I said, "Hi, I'm Rakisha and I need a job." And she said, "Follow me." She took me to Doheny Library. I got a job there the same day, worked there for 4 years. Over the time since I was 18 until now, she has taught me very crucial life lessons. And I've chronicled that in the book, Masterful Mentorship, Leadership, Life, and Love Lessons. She didn't try to make me a clone of herself. She wanted to help me find myself to be the best person that I could be. So there's all these sayings that she drilled into my head since I was 18, and I break each and every one of them down in a very easy to read, portable. You know, we don't have time for that. You know, our attention spans are so short. So really a little stick of dynamite that will help you if you are mentoring or if you need a quick pick me up. Masterful Mentorship, Leadership, Life, and Love Lessons is the book for you.
Woo. Yes. So you have another comment that I just have to, Miss Tiki, I don't know. Tiki, I'm bringing you on because you're going to be a guest next week because I like people that comment. Like she just gave me a paragraph here, but you know what? Because I want comments, I'm going to read it. Get right. Get right and know that Rakisha truly means what she says. I know some of the authors she has helped. I am ready to be one of those authors. Love you, Rakisha.
I love you too. Get right.
And she is representing Maryland. So thank you to Tiki. I hope I'm saying your name wrong, but I mean, right. Hope I'm saying your name right, obviously. So thank you for tuning in. And to everybody else out there, thank you so much for tuning in. We want your comments. We want you all to engage throughout. And I'm excited because we just heard a little bit from each and every one of them. So hopefully you all feel like they're your friends and your family now, because now I'm about to bring everybody back on together and we're going to dive a little deeper into why we all are a part of the Comeback Champion Summit and what messages we want to share with each and every one of you. So I'm going to bring up Melissa. Welcome back. And Shay Brown, welcome back.
Thank you.
So we are all here together. The audience is pumped up. We're pumped up. So now it's time to talk. Now, I have to say this because I have so much love and respect for my guests, my guest speakers, and my audience. I will not let anything distract us today. I have this just in case a fly wants to land on my head. If a fly wants to land on your head, I need you all to be your sister's keeper and your brother's keeper. You don't let anyone talk in front of millions of people and not say, "Hey, there's a fly right there on your head that is distracting me," okay? So I got you covered. Speak that talk. This is what PR does. PR doesn't let you have a fly on your head. We'll tell you. Now that we have level set and offered the house rules, let's talk. So, Comeback Champion. I want to hear from each and every one of you. Tell everybody, what does being a comeback champion mean to you? And you all can decide who goes first.
I'm gonna go first because these two are amazing. So I want to get mine out of the way and let them add on because they're blown away. I'm already like I'm gonna get that book immediately after we log off here. I can't wait to read it. That is awesome. So to me, a comeback champion, I think first of all we're looking at 4 of them right here on the screen because I think we all have had setbacks. For me personally, what that looks like is it looks like a little girl who was pretty poor, and on the outside though she had everything going on for her. They were in the church Sunday morning, Sunday night. They looked like they had it all together, and she was on a stage singing since she was 2 years old. And inside her home, religion is a wonderful tool and it can also be manipulated. And she was emotionally and verbally abused all her life by her father, who twisted words and twisted scripture and abused her verbally and mentally and emotionally until she was about 25 years old. So this is all the way through high school and college, and became a bully in her brain. Never good enough, never going to be enough, cussing her out every night and day inside closed doors. And that little girl grew up and she had 2 choices. There was a road. There was 2 choices she could go down, and she could go down the road where she was nothing, going to be nothing, going to do nothing, going to have nothing, and going to stay in that negativity, or she was going to step out and come back and jump back from that verbal abuse and say, you know what, I am somebody because I was created to be somebody. So I think a comeback champion is somebody that looks a little bit like me, that talks a little bit like me, that says y'all, maybe not the most polished person in the room, maybe has a little bit of frizz in her hair, but I have confidence in who I am. That's what comeback champion means to me, that words and people, they may knock you down for a moment, but they don't keep you down. That's what a comeback champion is to me.
Yes. Let's give some pumps and some loves because I felt every single word. All right. So Melissa, you pass it on to the next person.
I'm going to my brother Che.
Okay, good. When I think of a comeback champion, I'm reminded of myself when you have a job and you're working full time and then you get laid off, and you never wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? That was never in my things of do in my life, right? I was taught to go to school, which I did, taught to get a good education. So I was able to go to Morgan State and get a little education, then go to graduate school at Johns Hopkins and get a little education, and then go out there and work for only 2 companies my whole career. I worked for Citibank, which at the time was a big bank to work for. And I got to work for MCI, which at the time was a big telecom company. Then one day you get the pink slip. They say, this is your time, and they lay you off. And you try to think of what you're going to do with yourself. And maybe as you're listening out there right now, maybe you haven't been laid off, but you've been through a divorce. Or maybe you haven't been through a divorce, but you've been through a breakup in a relationship. Or maybe that's not you. Maybe something's happened in your family where someone got in some trouble and you had to help them out. Or maybe you didn't get the promotion. Whatever it is, a comeback champion is someone who realizes that in that moment, that they can make a decision, and that decision could change the trajectory of their life. Comeback champions always believe that the best is yet to come. So to me, a comeback champion is someone that just doesn't quit. It's someone that strives to be the best. It's someone that strives to be the hardest worker. Someone that strives to be the most optimistic person in the room. To me, that is a comeback champion. I love the story of James Brown. James Brown in 1 minute was one of the most famous singers out there, right? James Brown. And one of the reporters asked him when he was old in his age, they said, James, I've been following for these years and studying you, and tell me, what was your best performance? What was your greatest performance? You've been all over the world, spoken on all the stages. Tell me your best performance. And do you know what James Brown said? Without even thinking, without even blinking, he said, tomorrow night, you be there. That's my best performance. And that's what a comeback champion believes. They believe their best is still yet to come. So if that's you out there right now, your best is yet to come. Tell yourself, I am a comeback champion. If you know that you're not going to quit, tell yourself, I am a comeback champion. If you still have oxygen inside this body and your eyes open up and your feet hit the ground, then that's a comeback champion. It could be small, but to others, it could be huge. You keep on going no matter what. Why? Because the best is still yet to come. That's the definition to me of a comeback champion.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo. So listen, I need to see I am a comeback champion in the comments. We have one more person that's going to give her definition. And if you don't believe that you are a comeback champion after this, we're going to talk to you a little bit longer. All right, Miss Rakisha, it's on you.
Yes, ma'am. A comeback champion understands the importance of endurance. This is a long race. And so we train for endurance. A champion understands focus, that the goal is to win, that the goal is to reach what you set out to do. A comeback champion also gives himself or herself the power to reinvent themselves and to come back stronger even yet again. A comeback champion understands from their experience that if I've done it before, I can do it again. A comeback champion understands that I may take some punches, I may take some hits, I will score, yes. I may get knocked down, but I don't stay down. I have to get back up because it was my time to be on the stage, to step into the ring, to get on the field, and to get on the court. And it is my job and it is my duty to win, not only for myself, but for all the people who are watching me, because I'm inspiring the next generation of champions to come right after me.
I just got a chill. Did you get a chill, Melissa?
I'm vibing right here, man. I'm feeling it.
Okay. Wow. So there you have it. The definition of a comeback champion from Shay Brown, Rakisha, and Melissa. So we're talking about the Comeback Champion Summit that's coming up. And I want to know, tell people, what will you be speaking about? What's your focus? We don't have a lot of time, but I don't want to shorten you. So take your time, but let everybody know of all the things you could have talked about, right? What are you going to talk about and why did you choose that topic? So I guess we can start with you, Melissa. Keisha a break because, you know.
She's fiery, girl. She's fiery. They're fired up. So that's a great question. And there are so many things that we can talk about right now. 2020, holy cow. I think we can all just take a breath and say, first of all, we're all champions because we are here right now. We are here. And to everybody watching, you made it. So you're a champion. You are online right now. And that in and of itself is a miracle. So that's champion right here, to be here, a part of this. But I picked kick butt confidence. I picked the top 3 characteristics that all leaders, if you look at the top leaders, whoever you see as a leader, I have Shonda Rhimes and Tim Cook, Jeff Bezos, and whoever you consider a leader in industries, whoever, Oprah, what are the 3 top characteristics that they all possess? It's confidence. With confidence. What does that confidence look like? Because what I saw happen in 2020, when the rug got pulled out from under us, when this pandemic hit us in the face, when all this racial injustice that has been going on for forever finally has boiled up again to the surface started happening, when we are got a money and recession and all this stuff, people are losing jobs left and right. People don't know where their next meal's coming from. They're, like Che said, wow, but they're getting pink slips. They don't know. They're caregivers and all this stuff. I saw really people in top leadership level positions, the executive levels that I've been working with, the executives, I saw them shaking. I saw fear. And I saw that fear manifest because I think when you see somebody with confidence, but you definitely know when you see someone that doesn't have confidence. It starts manifesting in behaviors. It starts manifesting in how they lead. It starts manifesting in how they live their life, how they treat their family members, their loved ones. And I just was it broke my heart, honestly. It broke my heart because not only did I see that going on right now, but I understood what it was like years ago to live without true confidence. Because bravado and all that is not true confidence. And so I thought, what could I bring right now to these champions that are on their comeback, that need those tools? And kick butt confidence, man. Kick back confidence, because 2020 has been hard and we're not going to deny it. But 2020 did not break us. Like I said, because you're here right now and you're going to be at the summit. And I thought, let me give them the tools that all confident leaders possess. And they're not secret. And they're not something that you're born with, that it's not some DNA and only some people have it. It is things that you can hone into And that's why I chose it, because my heart was broken. And I saw the fear, and I saw people leading without confidence, leading out of fear, leading out of dictatorship, leading out of self-bravado. And it made me really sad. And I thought, you know what? I have the tools and I want to give them. So I picked kick butt confidence. But every time I do kick butt confidence, I use my hands. So I should have been like knock down, knock out, punch up confidence.
Boom. Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your presentation and hearing you speak at the Comeback Champion Summit. So, Rakisha, we're going to take it to you. Briefly tell us, of all the things you could have talked about, what are you going to be talking about at the Comeback Champion Summit, and why did you pick that?
Absolutely. It's Go East with Me, the entrepreneur's surefire strategy for brand expansion. And the reason why I say go east with me is because we are all trying to evolve and move in the right direction as entrepreneurs. And east is entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer. All four work together. What I saw was a fragmented execution of entrepreneurs. Your business is here. Your book is about something completely different. You're speaking and your passion is about something else. And then your training systems or programs aren't quite cohesive. So entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer brings all four of those together. The E is your anchor. What is your business? What problem do you solve? Or what are you providing? From that, we develop a book. Yes. To highlight you as an expert. From there, we develop signature talks. And this is a great opportunity of speaking for people. And then from there, we continue the relationship and conversation through training programs and making sure that all four parts of your system work well together, and that expands your brand. You have a clear identity of your brand, and then you stand out from the crowd and you're not lost in the crowd. So go east with me, and I will give you practical ways, real world ways to expand your brand and bring it together. Don't miss one part of this equation.
Nice. Wow. I will be listening to your session as well. So Shay, because you're the man, I'm going to say you the man.
I'm just the man on this panel. I mean, all these beautiful women, smart, intelligent, bright folks. You know, when the question is asked, Shay, what are you going to be talking on? You know, I decided to pick a problem that we're very passionate about. There's a huge problem. I think it's the number one challenge that's facing entrepreneurs today. And that's really having enough revenue in their business to purchase resources that they need to execute the vision. Now, I call it revenue. Some folks call it cash flow. Other folks call it moolah. But whatever it is, at the end of the day, without that cash flow, without that revenue, it's hard to be able to hire that coach. It's hard to be able to hire that assistant. It's hard to be able to hire that project manager, let alone get up a website, try to get some automation and technology tools implemented without cash flow to pay someone, unless you want to do it all, and you didn't sign up to do it all. And so what I said, what area can we help that has a system? Because I told you earlier that systems be goals every single time. And there's only one system that connects directly to the revenue, and that is being able to have more sales. I was talking to a client recently, and they were telling me about one of the challenges they have. And they said, Shay, I just have a money problem. And they kept saying they have a money problem. And I thought to myself, you don't have a money problem. You have a sales problem. Mm-hmm. Jot this in your notes. This is why we're going to be talking about how to build a 7-figure sales team. You might want to write this down, that selling will solve any business problem. Let me just break that down for you if I can. Let me unpack it in less than 60 seconds. Selling will solve any problem, right? So I said to myself, if you don't want to sell or you don't like to sell, the best thing you can do is hire someone who does, right? You didn't sign to be the number one salesperson. And if you did, let's look at the bank account, because selling equals service. So the more you're serving, the more money you should have in your bank account. So if there's a shortage in your bank accounts because you're not serving enough people, you're not solving enough problems. So I'm really talking about how to build a 7-figure sales team, because there's some entrepreneurs out there, they can't believe anymore, all right? They can't have any more passion than they freaking have. They need some cash flow. I said, so you can either outsource your sales team so you can learn how to outsource it to someone else. So you ain't got to deal with that. You go be in your business and you go be creative, or you go do something that you like to do. Go talk to people all day long. and you let your sales team go worry about bringing in the money, or you build your selling skills. So we'll be talking about how to build a 7-figure sales team. We'll be talking about the 5 components of a 7-figure sales team, because we asked an entrepreneur today and say, like, I was asking, not any of you on here, but you listening at home, just an entrepreneur. And if I said, well, how do you build a 7-figure sales team? You would say, I got to go hire someone. But hiring someone is just one of the components. There's 5. And very few people hire one person and make 7 figures. Very few people hire 2 people and make 7 figures. Now, if you're in the contracting business, that's a different conversation. That's another conversation. That's about being profitable. But in this case, we're talking about folks who solve problems. So we'll be talking about how to build a 7-figure sales team, which will solve the number one reason why people can't leave their job, the number one reason why they can't hire anybody, the number one reason they're stressed out and working all night long, the number one reason they got to go freaking learn to do something themselves because they can't hire someone else to do it. We're going to end that. That ends when you show up for how to build a 7-figure sales team, walk away, have peace of mind, sleep a little better, and go out there and write a big check for a cause you believe in. Do some good. When you make more money, you have more meaning. When you have more income, you have more impact, and you can make $1 and a difference at the same time. Back over to you. So come out and be a part of how to build a 7-figure sales team. It's going to be off the chain.
Ooh, it is. So somebody that attends, they can go to Melissa, they can learn about the confidence and, yes, then they can go over to Shay and they can learn how to build this 7-figure team and all of that. And then they can go east, they can write a book about it. I mean, so Shay, since you know more than we know about how many people, just throw out like the average number, like about how many speakers are this.
Yeah, to answer your question, we're going to have over 150 experts, right? These aren't speakers. So sometimes you think you just want speakers. The good news, when you have Melissa here, and you have Rakisha, and you have Tiara, you have experts.
Yes.
That are good at what they do. So I said I want to find the best of the best. You can be on any goddamn team. I took a call just now from Dr. George Frazier, and I was saying, Dr. Frazier, anybody can be on anybody freaking team. What I wanted to put together, and it's not about the number of folks, but I wanted to put together what I consider to be the Hall of Famers. See, you can make the all-star team every now and then, and that's cool. That's a good level. That's for a lot of people. But the people that are going to show up is going to give the best they have, the experts. These are folks that are Hall of Fame players. That means their level, doesn't mean they're better, just means in their level of expertise, they're one level better than that YouTube video you may be watching, one level better than that book you're trying to figure out. And they can give you practical, real expertise based on experience. So real people solving real problems just for you. And it wasn't about the number. It was that there were so many different problems in the world. One person couldn't address them all.
Yeah.
And so that's what you'll find there. The experts, the best of the best.
Wow. So there you have it, everybody. A small sample of the Comeback Champion Summit, where there will be over 150 experts speaking about so many different topics, helping all of us live our best lives, finish the year strong, make tomorrow and next month and next year and the next century our best days. So there's the website link. If you want to check it out, if you want to be a part of it, there you go. So this hour went by way too fast. I think we need like another hour, but we're not going to do that because people can hear us later, right? However, it is now my favorite part of a Speak That Talks. Since May 7th, I have had this part of the show because this is where I really, really love for my guest speakers to just empower the Speak That Talks audience as well as your audiences. So for those of you that are watching from our personal pages, let's wave to them because there are a lot of people watching today from all over the country. Thank you so much. Yes. Hey, y'all. So this is the part of the Speak That Talks where it's all about you all. This is the Speak That Speed Round. So there are 4 pillars of the Speak That movement. So again, Speak That movement, if you want to learn more about it, go to my website or go to the Speak That movement page on Facebook. If you're on it right now, you can learn more. So the 4 pillars of Speak That movement are dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it. So I'm going to ask Rakisha Melissa, and Shay in as few words as possible. And I mean as few words to describe, to share, to let us know what each pillar means to them. And we're going to think about this in the sense of being a comeback champion. So for all of you out there, everybody out there is a comeback champion. You overcame something in life. You dealt with something, some setback, some comeback. Heck, last night, I'm just going to throw this out there. I thought Senator Harris was amazing. And when she woke up this morning, somebody called her a monster. So guess what? She had to come back from that. So anybody out there, you're a comeback champion. We're going to start. And I'm going to start with Shay.
Okay.
So we're going to go from Shay to Melissa to Rakisha, okay? Shay, Melissa, Rakisha. We're going to start. Speak that movement pillar number 1. Dream it.
Decide. Just one word, decide. Make a decision right now on what you want to do and what you will do and stick to it. So decide.
Yes. Melissa.
I'm going to go, I think it's a hyphenated word. It's a new word I've learned. Singular focus. We have so long praised in our culture multitasking, and that has been a lie that we have eaten up. Multitasking does not, you do not get a gold medal for multitasking. Singular focus. And that doesn't mean you have just one dream, but you singular focus, you pinpoint in on those, and you delegate them out. Singular focus instead of this bebopping around in your brain all the time.
Rakisha.
All right, dream it. You weren't given your vision for torture. You were given your vision to take territory, okay? So if you can conceive it here, then it is supposed to happen for you. Don't be afraid to dream, but seize it when you do.
Love it. Speak that movement pillar number 2. Believe it. Right back at you, Shay.
Oh, okay. Never stop believing. When you say believe it, never stop believing, not just never stop believing, but never stop believing in yourself. I mean, that's what pillar number 2 is all about. Never stop believing in yourself, believing that you have the capability of either learning it or you have the capability of finding someone to partner with. Oftentimes, I believe that beliefs go away because we think in order for it to happen, I have to be the one to do it. And that's not always the case. The answer to who doesn't have to be you. The answer could be someone else that can help you achieve what you want to have. So when I see believe it, I think to myself, never stop believing in you. Never.
Yes.
That's awesome. For me, it comes back to faith, but this can be practiced for any area, wherever you are in life. But for me, I believe he will give me the desires of my heart. I believe that there are desires, passions, and talents that have been planted within all of us, and that those are there for a reason and a purpose. They're not there. They're not there just to stay dormant. They are there to be active, to grow, and to have a life. And I believe that those desires, those passions were put there for a reason, and you're supposed to move on them. And I believe that the desires in my heart are going to be fulfilled.
Belief is not just a thought. I always say I have to put feet to my faith. So if you believe it, then act on it. And that is the true evidence of belief.
Boom. Dream it, believe it, speak it. Shay?
You know, the speaking part for me has always been about speaking to myself. I think the biggest sell we have to make every day is to ourselves. So I would be speaking to myself and saying, I can do this, that I can make this happen, that if it is to be, it is up to me. So you got to speak it. And in that speak it is sometimes, you know, it's better for me, and it may work for you as well, to speak it out loud. Because there's something about me hearing myself tell me, Shay, you're good. I know I'm talking in the third person, but when I do that, for me, it triggers the back of my brain. And I share that with another number of folks all the time. So when I see speak it, when you speak it, then you can see it, because sometimes you got to see it before you see it, or you never see it. So you got to speak first, then it's a lot easier to see it.
I'm going to piggyback on what Shay said. I am going to share one of my most powerful affirmations. And I just shared this with a gentleman a couple weeks ago when I was coaching him. It was a late night coach. And this is an affirmation that I do now every morning because it took me a long time to get here. And it's Melissa, and put your name there. I approve of you. Melissa, I love you just as you are. And I look in the mirror every morning and I say that. And if you take a second back, that is powerful, to approve of yourself and to love yourself. It'll change the game for you. It's changed the game for me.
Yes, and that has changed the game for me as well. Rakisha.
Speak it. Don't be afraid of your voice. Don't be ashamed of your voice. Stop criticizing your voice. Each of our voices is a unique note in this symphony of life that we have. So take that note and speak it out. Speak it out to yourself. But the biggest thing that I run into with people is they are hiding and they are criticizing the way that they think they sound and not that they actually sound. So go ahead and shout it out if you have to.
I love it. All amazing answers. So we are now at the fourth, but not the least, of the Speak That Movement pillars. And the last one is walk it. But because this one is so special, I'm gonna give you all the Speak That Talks platform. So again, we're gonna keep it brief, but I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna let each and every one of you individually take the platform, speak to the people out there, speak to the comeback champions, speak to the people that don't even know they're a comeback champion, and tell them, what does walk it mean to you? We're going to start with Shay.
So when the question is asked, what's the number one key to success, that I get asked often, the answer to that question as it relates to walk it is discipline. I think discipline is the common denominator between being successful and not being successful. You know, the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. So when you walk it, it means you have the discipline to do the things you want to do, although you don't want to do it. I said it earlier that systems beat goals every single time, because when you have a system, you're more likely to do it. I've run 5 marathons, right? When I say walk it, run 5 marathons. Not about running 26.2 miles, but it's about having the discipline to do a little bit today and a little bit today and a little bit the next day and a little bit the next day. So when you walk it, you're fighting for the things you want tomorrow, or you're going to wait to the end of life, or you're going to fight for the things that you don't want. And I'd rather be fighting for what I want now while I have the energy. So when you walk it, it means you have the discipline. The best intentions, I close with this, the best intentions do not equal the best results. It's only the actions you take, which all comes down to discipline. All success is about discipline. Walk it, discipline. They go together.
Boom. Thank you for that, Shay Brown. Next up, Melissa.
So I'm going to bust in 2 notes for you. This girl is on fire. You, sir, are on fire. Lit. Live your life lit. That is how you walk it out. You lead, you influence, and you transform. That is, what does that mean to me? That means that the haters, they're going to hate. Just like you said, yesterday she was a hero. Today she wakes up, she's here and she's a monster. What walking in it means is that you are on fire, and that the haters that are coming at you, you let it fall off you. You let it fall off you like ashes, and you burn bright. You walk in your power and you stay lit because you know who you are. That's what it looks like. That's what I desire for everyone, to be able to be on fire, not be a little wimpy flame, but to be this massive, massive torch, this light that's shining on a hilltop, because the words and the opinions of others do not penetrate you, because you know who you are. And that's how you walk it out. You live your life lit. You are a leader. You are a person of influence, and you, not only you are continually transforming, but you have the power to transform others. And you understand that. The haters, they're going to hate. You're going to shake it off. You're going to walk forward in your power because you've got fire within you.
Boom. And I got a song out of that one. Thank you, Melissa. All right. Last but certainly not least, Rakisha. Walk it.
Walk it. What makes humanity distinct from other creation is the way that we walk. We walk in a regal, distinct way. We walk upright, and walking, we're not born walking, but once we learn to do it, it is so natural to us. It is a way, it's an activity of daily living. It's a way that we live without thinking about it anymore. If you want to be a comeback champion, be so natural at what you do, be so authentic at what you do that it is so natural for you to do it. It doesn't require overthinking and anxiety and stressing. This is the way that we walk it out. It is literally our nature to continue to move. And if any part of us is hurting, it affects the way that we walk, right? So check it. Is there something about your walk that needs to be healed? Have you been hurt? Do you need to go on? Yes. And then once you get that stride back, continue to walk forward until it's so natural, it's no sweat for you. Walk it.
Boom, boom, and boom. And there you have it. Another edition of Speak That Talks and my favorite, Speak That Speed Round. Thank you all for blessing the Speak That Talks platform with your responses. So I'm just going to ask that we close out. I want you all to briefly tell people how can they follow you? How can they hear more from you? We're going to start with you, Shay Brown, because I know you have another live show tonight. So thank you for this one. But let us know, how can people follow Shay Brown and what you have going on?
Sure. Let me first say thank you to all the viewers out there for watching, for hanging in there. You're really amazing, making comments. Many of you shared it and paid this message forward. If you haven't done that, take a moment and hit the share button right now. Take a moment, hit the watch party button. All the guests showed up today for one reason only, and that is to serve. So thank you for attending. Thank you for being here. We know you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And to you, Tara, we really appreciate you. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of confidence to bring other folks onto your platform at a time when some folks don't want to do that. They'd rather hold their audience to themselves, like back when I was in Pentecostal church. These are my people. Don't let nobody else in. But that's not you. You open the door and say the doors of the church open. Everyone can come in. Everyone can learn. So thank you for all you do. I close. The best way to find me, just go to comebackchampionsummit.com. comebackchampionsummit.com. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Make sure you connect with all these amazing guests that are on here, all these experts. They'll change your life. Everyone on this panel will change your life if you let them. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Thank you, Shay. Thank you so much. Be blessed. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How about Rakisha? Because I might get one more song out of Melissa in the end if I hold her on to the end.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I have a surprise for you. Thank you for those of you who have watched, and when you stay in the end, you know you win, right? So I mentioned masterful mentorship, leadership, life, and love lessons. I want to gift that to you. So if you text Go East, all one word, Go East, GOEAST, all together to 33222, you will receive a download of Masterful Mentorship, Leadership, Life, and Love Lessons by me. You can read it very quickly. You'll get it immediately. And that is my gift to you. Go East to 33222. Masterful Mentorship, Leadership, Life, and Love Lessons is yours.
Okay, now. I think you got some people out there that's about to be blowing up your phone.
I wrote that down. I'm going to be the first one as soon as we're off. As soon as it stops streaming, I'm texting that. I got that.
Yes. Well, Miss Rakisha, thank you, my sister. God keeps connecting us for a reason.
Yes.
Okay, so we now are officially connected. And I look forward to seeing you more and hearing more from you. And make sure you all text that number. And if you're looking to write a book or whatever, you need a publisher, she's your girl.
Go East.
Go East.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
It's me and you.
It's us. It's us. I'm trying to think of a song for you. Before I do that, I have a free gift for those that have hung in there. You can find me. You can follow me on Instagram at The Melissa Speaks. Very easy. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook at The Melissa Speaks. And if you go to themelissaspeaks.com, you can sign up to stay connected with me. And I have a free gift right now because I know a lot of us are hustling and a lot of us are dealing with Zoom and virtual. And I have the 5 steps on how to win in a virtual interview. So this is for everybody that's out there applying. You're hustling so hard. It's themelissaspeaks.com. Get your virtual interview. It's going to be a great tip for those that are also the ones you're the employees you're hiring. Like Che said, you're hiring. I think it'll be a benefit for you as well. So themelissaspeaks.com. Get your free tips on how to win in a virtual interview. I am so honored to be a part of this stage. I cannot thank you enough for sharing this time with me. You are amazing. I just am so inspired, and I'm excited to see what comes next. Thank you for giving to all of us. You're amazing. I appreciate this.
Thank you, Melissa. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad that we connected. And I'm so glad that God saw fit for us to connect. Now, help me out. Are you having a birthday coming up? Yes. So when is your birthday?
I am. October 15th in the midst of the summit.
All right. So this is like a pre-birthday. You know, next time I'm going to bring in a DJ for you. I'm going to bring in some virtual birthday cake. But everybody out there, help me wish Melissa a happy birthday. Do me a favor. Follow her on social media and tell her happy birthday. Okay? Melissa, thank you for blessing this platform. I appreciate you. We are now connected. You keep speaking and you keep singing and you keep using your voice. Okay?
Thank you so much. It was my honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, listen, that was powerful. I hope you all got something from today's show. If you don't feel like you can conquer the world and you can come back from any setback, then I don't know what to tell you. I think I'm going to tell you to rewatch it. Watch it again. Watch the replay. Share it. Host a watch party. Go to YouTube. Watch the replay on YouTube. Listen while you're in the car. I don't know. But there were some nuggets dropped today, and I hope that you all got so much from them. So at this moment, happy birthday, Melissa. We have some happy birthdays out there for you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for the amazing messages. Thank you, God, for just blessing me with this platform to open it up for other people. I just want to close out by saying thank you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to today's Speak That Talks. The next one is October 15th. And then the one after that is October 22nd. And granted, there's more. But in particular, this is a 3-part series where we've been talking about the comebackchampionsummit.com. So for the next 2 weeks, I have even more Comeback Champion Summit speakers joining the Speak That Talks platform. So what you felt and saw and heard today, there's 2 more weeks of it. So please make sure you tune in. Same place, same time. Speak That Movement on Facebook and YouTube. Let some people know to join you next week and the following week because it's going to be life-changing. Again, my name is Tiara M. Tucker. To learn more about me, Speak That Movement, Tiara PR Network, or Speak That Talks, visit tiaraprnetwork.com. If you're looking for somebody just to talk to you, listen to you, coach you, or if you want to be a guest, let me know, okay? Because I would love to work with you all. Shout out to the Speak That Movers, the people that have declared that they will live their best life. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. They will dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it. Shout out to the people of my private group. I love all of you. And last but not least, thank you all for supporting Tiara PR Network and Speak That Movement. I'm going to close out with a special song because I feel like this song will just give us that energy that we need for the next few days and weeks ahead. I want to encourage you all to vote. I want to encourage you to bring the souls to the polls. I want to encourage you all to believe that we will have the leader in place that we need to make America a wonderful place. I want to speak life to the victims and the families of social injustices. I want to speak life to the people that are dealing with mental health issues right now. People that have dealt with COVID-19, lost their jobs, lost their homes, and lost their faith. We are not at the end. So you keep fighting and you keep reminding yourself that you are a champion. Thank you all so much.